Let's find out indeed, because MTFY are starting off this match. And they're starting things off with, the Root Riders. But this time around, it's only one overgrowth spell, okay? It is only one overgrowth spell. So hopefully that is maybe taking a little bit of the risk away, which we have seen earlier. As well, I feel like so far out of all of the teams, they were the most consistent with this strategy, being able to set up the pathing for their troops. Was just unmatched so far.
Not only were they consistent with this attack strategy, Ming used this attack strategy in his first 2 attacks. 3 stars on both of them with very fast times at 1 minute 33 seconds, 1 minute 47 seconds against Synchronic. So it seems like Ming knows how to use this Root Rider strategy, and it is a little bit less risky with that second overgrowth not in there. However, look how far he has to travel on this base. The Roots have to get all the way to the Town Hall, which does have an invisibility tower, which could play key.
Yeah, this invisibility tower is going to be an important factor. How is he going to work around it? And when is he going to deploy that overgrowth spell? He's doing that right now, and he is catching the spell tower inside the radius as well, which means he can reach that monolith, which is about to be taken care of.
Beautiful freeze.
This means the spell tower can be still used later on for the town hall.
But if all the buildings are out except for that one cannon, there's not going to be a ton of damage in there, and it looks like almost everything is out. The Queen is going to go ahead and work in there, take out the scatter shot. World Champion goes ahead and deploys her ability. The multi-arch tower is down. The overgrowth fades, it's a rage there, and this is going to be a convincing 3-star. Ming is going to get the job done. It is a 3-star for MTFY with the Town Hall, the last building to fall.
And you really can see the way on how they're controlling their troops is just on another level. They're just so good in making sure, okay, those are the non-defensive buildings we know. Those Root Riders are targeting only defenses, and this is how they're able to path their way through the base. And this is just so nice to see that they're identifying those, for them, weaknesses in the other bases and taking advantage of that.
And I think one thing we need to keep an eye on is the time throughout the beginning of this matchup. We kind of talked about it in that last matchup where it felt like MMG came out and they felt like they had to go quick. I don't know that Ming felt he had to go quick, because that's just how fast he moves with that attack. But 90 seconds is a beautiful approach. Now Kronos maybe has a little bit of pressure. Oh, MTFY goes fast. I might need to go fast as well, but we saw Tribe flying yesterday as well.
And I feel like this is really the current meta within this competition. The first 1 to 2 attacks, you're trying to really be quick, which means you're pressuring the other team. We have just heard it from X in the interview that if you have this more relaxed option of a defense or even a slow 3-star as your first defense, you feel more relaxed going to your attacks. The question now is, was this pressure enough to give Kronos a hard time? Let's find out.
Tribe Gaming's first attack of match number 2 on Championship Sundays. Kronos is coming in with roots of his own into. We are going back to the ground and pound. This reminds me of the meta throughout the whole year. This was a favorite attack strategy of almost every clan throughout every qualifier.
And this is just crazy. We have seen a lot of people saying, hey, I'm struggling right now with this army composition, and those players, those pros are making it work on the big stage in the hard mode, which means the equipment are on a lower level, the defense deal more damage, the heroes are weaker in general. So take notes right now, because he is setting up the pathing with the Queen on one side, the Roots in the middle, and then we have the Siege Barracks on the far left side to work and funnel those key troops into the middle.
Remember that Siege Barracks got an additional P.E.K.K.A added to it, so now it's 2 P.E.K.K.As and a bunch of wizards to come out of there. So it is an amazing unit for funneling. You pair that in front of the Royal Champion and you can get so much value. We now see the Magic Mirror with the Queen. We have 3 Queens on the bottom of this base. In the middle, we got tons of Root Riders along with the King dealing so much damage. There are Valkyries in there spinning as well. We'll keep an eye when this overgrowth does wear off, as it should be wearing off very soon. Where is the position of these troops? Are they going to be out of place? Will he be able to circle back? That's a big thing here, is getting the timing right.
Ooh, the Earthquake boots were activated, but most of the core troops have went down. There is no more Royal Champ ability, and he has to go back towards the town hall. This is where some of the other attacks were falling short. This is where the problems are starting, and he has to make it through a couple of compartments to actually reach that town hall, depending on how the Queen is going to walk through the base.
But a couple of freezes here, Itsu, so he could still freeze the town hall, freeze some of this damage. He has a couple P.E.K.K.As here. It is a little bit sketchy, Don't get me wrong, but I think with the spell management, oh, he misses the Town Hall. This could play a factor as that Queen may get in range. She stays out of range. P.E.K.K.A.s are now in range. The P.E.K.K.A.s will shred this wall. This is the key moment. When do you deploy the freeze? He can get that Builder Hut. He can get the Town Hall. Queen should have enough, and this should be a 3-star for Kronos, but also it is a close one.
Wow. Both teams are starting off with the same strategy, but I have to say, one of those two teams convinced me more with their first attack. We have seen an incredible close attack from Tribe Gaming. It is a 3-star nonetheless, but the time aspect is far, far on the other side.
38-second difference. Ming came in at 1 minute 30. Kronos, I had him at 2 minutes 8 seconds. We'll see the official results on screen momentarily, but you're right, Itsu. If we continue the path of 3-stars, we have yet to see a double perfect war throughout our whole tournament. Today, Championship Sunday could be that first moment, but ultimately, I feel that we see these teams trying to play that speed race, and then they end up making that mistake. And we've seen 1-stars, we've seen 2-stars, and ultimately that's what ends up deciding it. Trying to make up that time could be an issue.
Yeah, I feel like it's more about the pressure in the beginning and the stage, the stadium, the fans. This is then where the rest is happening, and while we're unlikely, maybe, to see those 15-15 scores, there are always those little mistakes, but you're forcing those mistakes with going so fast, with doing your first good attacks, and this is what so far MTFY has done really nicely. And they're up next. The question then is, what are they going to bring next?
Well, Shawan, we've seen him use E-Drags, and that is the one vulnerability that I've heard throughout. It seems that Shawan uses mostly E-Dragons, so if we see him come in with E-Drags, maybe Tribe has prepared bases for that. We're going to find out here momentarily. Shawan, you're up.
And this was the one strategy Synchronic in their match versus MTFY were heavily concentrating on.
Ooh.
So this is something we have to take a look at. Well,
he changes it up.
He changes it up? What is going on? Maybe he is catching the base builders of Tribe Gaming off guard, going in with the strategy which Synchronic has used so successfully over this tournament so far with the Titans, and there was some supportive Super Barbarians in there.
Yeah, you were telling me that when they played against Synchronic, we noticed that Synchronic moved a lot of those air skeletons, or those skeleton traps, excuse me, to air mode. So maybe Tribe makes that same adjustment, and now there's less skeleton traps on the base. Remember, you can only have the trap in ground or air. There are multiple, so you can pick and choose, but less ground skeletons can definitely be great. Although the Titans, with their aura, with that little bit of lightning there, is going to take down any skeletons. This is a very interesting approach. We see the MTFY changing it up a little bit. We hear the crowd starting to get into it, but he's starting to make his way to the middle of the space.
And would say so far it looks really solid. All of those high hit point buildings in the core, they should not matter too much, but the Multi-Inferno Tower has locked onto the healers of that Archer Queen, which could be a big factor moving on, because she did not take the wall break where he was trying her to get into the base. The Royal Champion already with her ability, but this means the Town Hall's really far on the back end, but he has still this Warden ability left.
He has the Warden ability, he still has King ability, which should be able to open up some of these walls. Although the King gets distracted there on the Queen, he's fine, he comes back. Spiky Ball, Earthquake Boots. Remember, Earthquake Boots destroy those walls, but also deal out tons of damage. The Town Hall is approximately half health here. King's gonna go over and take a few whacks at it, and this is looking very good for Shawan. There are Ricochet cannons, but he's still got plenty of force to work through here with the Queen. Super Barbarians now being deployed, and plenty of spell support. This looks to be another 3-star for MTFY.
They are just not stopping. They're not leaving the pressure down. They just keep continuing of 3-starring those bases. The Queen has survived the entire attack. He is celebrating. He is happy with this attack. And it's another 3-star, which was as well faster from Kronos, which can be important later on when Tribe Gaming feels under the pressure, feels that, well, we have to go faster. We have to do quicker attacks. We might have a safer plan for 3 stars, but we just have to go and somehow face off on the time level with the other team.
MTFY may not have as big of a presence as Tribe in the audience, but the Chinese crowd is going wild up there. 1 minute 51 seconds means that he was faster by 17 seconds of Kronos attacks. So we still have to see Tribe go, and they have to make up time. And this is going to be a big factor moving forward. If MTFY can continue to push that lead on time and continue to 3-star, there's no way Tribe can come back. So Tribe may have to make some on-the-fly adjustments. Although we saw yesterday a very impressive, the fireball, giant arrow, zaps. Like, we saw some crazy things.
And especially, I feel like this is how they came back of making it to this stage. They brought the fireball.
Yes.
They somehow pulled off the miracle of incredible quick attacks with that equipment in the finals of the Last Chance qualifier. And as I said, this is how they made it. So are they going to bring it again? We have Nibrax first, who is known for his dragon-type attacks, but he has so far used Lalo in this competition. So the question now is, what of those two strategy types is he going to bring in this attack? Because I feel like both are really, really good for him and has worked really good for him. But let's take a look at his attack.
Nibrax did have a couple great giant arrow, fireball, zap attacks which were Lalo, but was he bluffing yesterday, and will he go back to the skies with those beastly dragons? No, it is going to be the zap giant arrow Lalo. We saw Tribe make up tons of time yesterday. Giant arrow there, obviously on the queen. He's going to zap out and damage some of these buildings and send that giant arrow across the base. But remember, Itsu, we did see a miss on the giant arrow yesterday, but they were able to recover. Zaps out, gets the rage tower.
Oh! I think that multi-tower tower was supposed to go down, and it did not. The rage tower, yes, it did go down, but having a multi alive when you're playing a Lalo attack, and remember, the defenses in hard mode are dealing more damage. This can be devastating. It now all comes down to how well he can control his heroes to get the value maybe still he was looking for, maybe a little bit on top to make sure that the Lalo can work. But the opening so far is leaving a lot of question marks.
King does go to ability using that giant gauntlet and rage to get in there, but the ice golems remain. King did do a great job taking down the monolith, which is a heavy damage dealing defense. The battle blimp does fly in with the Warden's Eternal Tome to protect the balloons, protect that battle blimp, and now he needs to land and connect and take the town hall down. Rage should secure the town hall as those headhunters scurry on through. Yeti's through there. Let's see if the Yetis can get a little bit of damage, but you're right, Itsu. Those multi-infernos are going to deal so much damage, but also a scatter shot on the back that the Queen wasn't able to get.
Yeah, and the Queen on a zero dive went down as well. The Royal Champion now trying her best. And remember, because the equipment is not maxed, those tests are not a one-shot anymore. And he has to work now with his Lalo, and with that multi-inferno tower alive, imagine that multi-inferno tower being gone. Now the red bars are coming in as well. Loons are dropping down. And he still has the multi-arch tower on the back end. Every other hero's gone.
This is not looking good, Itsu. This is not looking good for Nibrax and Tribe. This could be the first defense of the war. A pivotal moment, a pivotal strike from Nibrax. We think the giant arrow may have missed just a little bit, ultimately costing him. Multi-inferno will burn up these balloons, not to mention the multi-archer tower, which is sending arrows non-stop, targeting 3 loons at a time, along with that warden, along with the owl. MTFY with a huge surprise defense.
And the scatter shot on the far right side with that multi-inferno tower together are going to defend, but because we have all of the outside beings on the far left side without protection, it should be still a high percentage. So Tribe is not out whatsoever. We have seen a lot of defenses over the last couple of matches as we're going on. It does not just mean that the teams are becoming better on offense, but as well on the defensive side. And this is what we see here from the Chinese team with their base. And the opening just did not go in favor of Nibrax. The giant arrow is not easy to always control, especially if you're on stage and if your hands might be shaking a little bit. I think everyone has had that at home when the giant arrow.
Yes.
The Queen, just this one tile. And the further the arrow has to go, the more distance of the actual target you will have. So it did not work out, but it's going to be a high percentage 2-star for Tribe Gaming.
And it doesn't even need to be a full tile. It's just a few degrees of difference there. Remember, MTFY did get a perfect war against Navi. However, they did not against Synchronic. So this MTFY squad can make mistakes, but with Tribe blinking first, so to speak, that does leave things open. If they can adjust, if MTFY can adjust and now go to safer plans, all they need is 15 stars and they will move on to our grand final.
Yes, but we have already heard that from the other teams yesterday. It is not as easy as it might sound, like, oh yeah, we're just going safe at this point. No, like you still have to find those plans for the 3 stars, and things can go wrong, horribly wrong to be honest, if those entries are trapped. And this is something which we have seen over the tournament many times, and especially from Tribe. We were talking about their defense in the Group B. they were getting multiple defenses over their matches. And now it is back. It is back on the other side with MTFY. They're up next with their next attack. And if they can keep continuing with their performance, they're looking good. But first, they have to get that somehow.
But you pointed out there, it's a 95%. So if Tribe can force a defense, they're right back in this. That's a very, very high fail. Cloud, the team captain of MTFY, will be next. Obviously looking to get a 3-star, but any slip up, any mistake could leave the door open for a Tribe comeback. Cloud, let's see what he's got.
Are they going to go with more of those Titan strategies? Did Tribe predict that MTFY did? Got some ideas of Synchronic, what to use strategy-wise. What are they going to go in with? They were really, really versatile in their first matches, and they're back to the roots. They're going in with the druids as well, having that support there to make sure that they can delay that warden ability a little bit longer further inside the core of the base.
This makes me nervous though, based on our last match with the Milliseam MG. 2 overgrowths can be so risky. This was considered a very safe strategy throughout a lot of our qualifiers. Whenever there was a mistake, a giant error from any team, you switch to that 2 overgrowth strategy and you adjust and you get those safe 3-stars. However, we've seen in this hard mode with the adjustments, the defense is dealing more damage, the heroes dealing less. It could be a little bit tougher. We'll have to keep an eye on everything as they make their way through the Town Hall. King gets great value, opens up the base a little bit, but also gets the Queen out. What are you seeing it, sir?
I feel like he did not get as much value with the King he was looking for, because remember, that is about the pathing, right? The air defense, staying alive for a couple of longer seconds, and this is now defenses where the roots are actually going towards, which is messing up the pathing. This strategy, this troop, is all about the pathing, all of about the setup, and those Tesla and the Archer Queen were a big surprise there. So this could now cause, he has to readjust now with those Super Barbarians, which he might miss later on in the attack.
Right, we usually see those Super Barbarians come in to clean up. He doesn't do a great job cleaning up that pathing, but a couple of the Valkyries do stray aside. The Root Riders are going to open up that intersection so that there's access to the middle of the base. Rage Tower goes down, Warden ability, and Cloud's hands are so laser focused right now. First overgrowth that's in, and this is where we saw MMG get in a lot of trouble. Do you decide to play that second overgrowth? But I feel he was late enough here. He can elect to use that second overgrowth in a very appropriate spot. The main thing right now, keep these troops alive and keep the push going.
Yeah, he just used that Queen ability. The healers are spawned, but there's a lot of Black Mines, so only one healer alive. The Royal ability had been already used. Where is he going to use another overgrowth spell? And why did he bring it? That might be another question. He is now going to overgrowth the Town Hall yet again, and this is again the moment where the Town Hall is the last building. He has no spells left. He has used everything. It's just wait and watch.
He will get that Eagle Artillery out. The Queen is taking damage from the Expo. Root Riders are fading here. He does have a little bit left. Valkyries are in there. P.E.K.K.A.'s in there. Will he have enough to take the Town Hall down? He needs the overgrowth to fade off. It does! The Root Riders are in there. The P.E.K.K.A.'s are in there. The Town Hall should go down, but this is still very vulnerable to a defense. He does have that Apprentice Warden. Couple of Roots, couple Valkyries. Does he have enough gas in the tank here, Itsu?
Oh, the Town of Poison did a lot of damage. It's the Archer Tower, the Mortar, and the Wizard Tower, and they have a dream. There is Diggy, though. I think Diggy might be a game changer in this attack. The P.E.K.K.A. is stuck. Another P.E.K.K.A. on the outside. The Bakery trying her best. Diggy really might be the MVP here.
I think you're right. I think Diggy just saved that Apprentice Warden long enough so that he can get it. It could still be a defense. Time is ticking away. 12 seconds. There's a P.E.K.K.A. stuck in a wall. If the P.E.K.K.A. gets through this wall, it will get that drill that Diggy's working on. 8 seconds, 7 seconds, and Cloud gets saved by the Apprentice Warden. MTFY remain perfect. Wow.
It was not even close. He was not even sweating. Oh my goodness, that was an incredible finish. I don't know why they keep doing it with that last overgrowth. From our perspective, it looks so risky. I feel like bring another heal if you're scared of the Town Hall explosion. Bring, I don't know, something, but please, not another overgrowth. It is so risky. But he's getting the job done, getting the 3-star, so we can relax again.
I don't know how they keep composed because I'm up here losing it. Itsu. I'm so nervous for him. My hands are shaking, and I don't even have to deploy troops or a spell. Exorcist will be our next attacker for Tribe, and it is a must 3-star situation. Tribe cannot afford any more errors. That was their opportunity, but Cloud maybe a little luck there, but Diggy came in and stunned those defenses. Let's see if Exorcist can stun this crowd with the 3-star of his own.
That's right. Can he get that 3-star in for his team? Because this match is really on a knife's edge. But they have to 3-star first, and they are going in, it seems like, with a fireball. That is the combination they're looking for. The giant arrow, which means they're going for the town hall. The earthquakes in first, the invisibility spells next, and there goes the fireball at the town hall. The town hall.
Beautiful.
He's getting the job done. The town hall is gone.
No mistakes on that giant arrow. He had a very beautiful anchor point on that with the workshop over there on the corner, so he was able to set that fireball up. And remember, he doesn't have to hit the town hall directly with the fireball. It has a little bit of radius, so he could use that to kind of anchor in there, let the queen take the town hall down. Now we have a lot of things going on at the top screen with the battle blimp flying in and taking down defense, accompanying that queen. Look, the queen's kind of sneaking in there while the Yetis are distracting and getting lots and lots of value.
Yeah, and I wonder if he planned to have the Warden following his queen, because there were no healers on that Warden. The Warden did not follow. So one of those rare cases where I feel like the Warden was supposed to go in with the rest of the troops, but there is the remaining troops with all of those minions. The Rocket Dunes are in, trying to overpower the backhand. But that defending Super Dragon is just really annoying for him right now. And the Royal Champion has to somehow alive and fight back, but the Headhunter is there.
Oh no! There's nothing to take out that Super Dragon into! It's going to blur down that last balloon. There's minions. There's only a few storages remaining, but that clan castle is still in there. The Phoenix is going to hold everything up, but he has to get the clan castle. Does he have it? He has it! Wow, so close. Itsu, never a doubt, obviously, but that was so close to another fail.
What an incredible pick to bring a Super Dragon on the defensive side right there. And it nearly worked. It nearly worked. It was again another close attack, but this time Tribe getting in the clutch, 3-star. And with that, they're staying close. They're keeping up this comeback potential for this match. But those two teams, they are fighting for every single building, every single percentage.
It is a struggle out there. I thought that was going to fail with the Super Dragon just going around. And we talked a lot about Tribe's defenses, but huge props to MTFY and their defenses and their scouting. It seems like they put in a lot of work and effort, and they found something against this Tribe squad they really like. Super Dragon is so unconventional, but it nearly worked. It didn't work. It nearly worked to hold that one in. We're in with the next one. Let's go, guys.
Let's keep the action rolling, because right now it is just incredible. Those two teams are giving us a show, and it's going to be another time the Electro Titans in this match. We have a really stacked Rage Tower in that core of the base. There's something to look out for, and how he's going to approach this. But he's going to try to send those Titans exactly in there to then overpower it with that Eternal Tome, with that Warden ability.
That's very, very key on this attack, especially when you look in the middle of this base. Look at that Rage Tower. It's covering the Scatter Shot, 2 multi-Infernos, the Igor Artillery, the Battle Builder. That Rage can be absolutely devastating as he makes his way to the center of the base. This is very, very pivotal. If Yo-Yo can somehow force the defense, jumping to the Town Hall, Xi'an is trying to get this base down. And if he does, it is going to be even more dire for Tribe in this war.
And he still has nearly all of those hero abilities. There goes the Barbarian King. The Town Hall is going down before the INVIS tower can even trigger. The Royal Champion ability has been used as well to overpower this top side compartment. And this is, as you said, I feel like completely crushed. This strategy is just overpowering those bases. The Royal Champion supporting the remaining troops. But there is no defenses left.
Yeah, there's nothing to take. He's still got a full army out there. He has more than I start with on my attack. Xi'an comes in with a beautifully executed Electro Titan attack. And this is why I like this MTFY squad. They are well-versed on offense. It feels they can use any attack strategy. But more impressively, their defenses have been really good, almost holding Tribe twice now. MTFY are holding down the throttle, and they don't look to let up.
They are keep pushing their lead because they have the final attack. If they're going to 3-star that, it doesn't even matter anymore what Tribe does. But to keep up the pressure, to force those mistakes, Tribe has to perform with their last attacks, get those 3-stars in, make sure that the pressure is not on them, but on the other team. But can they somehow do that? That's to me still the big question.
I don't know if you can see, I'm a little antsy and nervous up here, anxious for Tribe. This is such an intense war, but Rairas had such strong attacks yesterday. I don't think Tribe is worried about Rairas in this 4 spot. He is very, very solid. One of the most consistent attackers in all of Clash of Clans esports. He needs to go ahead, buckle in, get that 3-star, and hope they can get that last defense.
That is the big hope, and we know Rairas, Lalo is a really likely thing. So, is it going to be Lalo? Let's take a look.
Your squad needs you now, Rairas. What do you have in store for us? Final preparations, he's in on the base, and it is going to be just that. It's you called it, a Lalo. 3 skeleton spells in there as well for support for the heroes. He does have some sneaky goblins going in, thinning out those storages up top. Remember, sneaky goblins only attack resource buildings until they're all destroyed. King now going to join the party, and Rairas is setting up this Lalo to soar through the skies.
And a really nice loom to actually not only take down the Tesla, but as well trigger the Poison Tower. But with those rocket looms and those headhunters, this King is going to be under a lot of fire. With the Queen, with her equipments getting used early on, there is a lot of potential for her to take down a lot of buildings, but he has to get further inside the space to really create this pathing.
He did a really great job over there with the Earthquake Spiky Ball from the King, was able to open up that compartment to the Monolith. Now using those skeleton spells, he brought along to go ahead and distract the Monolith. Meanwhile, the Battle Blimp is flying in for the Town Hall. Warden's ability to protect some balloons as he flies in here. And remember, they always like to hold just a few balloons to finish off the back end of the base. Royal shaping up top, and this is looking really, really nice for Rairas.
And he has like a split Lalo right now. He has a few balloons on the far right side, while as well the Lalo on the left side. And with the remaining spells, he should make sure that he is pushing through, getting another 3-star in, and take a look as well at the time. This base just got smashed.
That's what Rairas did yesterday as well. We usually think Lalo's a lot faster, especially with the hero dive setups that he's been doing, but Rairas has been so consistent, so strong, so fast throughout. It's about a minute 24, 25 seconds as this last storage falls down, and Tribe Gaming are still alive after that 3-star.
They did everything they could to this point to really make sure that there's still pressure on MTFY. But they have now this match in their hands. Are they going to give Tribe again the chance with maybe not getting a 3-star? Or are we going to see a 3-star and we're going to see the second finalist for this day?
Shuai was the final attacker in the 2 wars on day number 1 using Lalo, Queen Charge Lalo, and very well used, I should say. Let's see if they tend to take to the skies. All they need is a 3-star. Easy for me to say, right into. I'm up here at the desk, and Shuai will be attacking Kronos' base.
That's right, he is setting things up, and as well, he might go again with those Queen Charge attacks. It is still one of the favorites of a lot of the pro players, and especially if you have been playing this switch for a long time, it is just so incredibly good and safe to some degree as well. And we have seen it earlier today, where things can go wrong. Going into Tornado Trap, having your Queen getting rotated a little bit to a different part of the base can really be devastating. So let's hope that he's not going to find that Tornado Trap and jump into the attack.
Tribe crowd goes crazy. They need a defense. But Shuai can qualify MTFY for a grand final with this final attack. It is a Queen Charge Lalo, one of the strongest attacks in Clash of Clans history. When executed properly, this can take down any base in the game, Mitsu.
But everything is coming down to the execution of that attack. And you hear the Tribe crowd really cheering for a defense, because that's the only chance for Tribe Gaming to make it to the final. Because remember, this is a single elimination bracket from this point on, which means whoever is going to lose this is dropping out of the competition. An early rage is getting forced, and the single Inferno Tower, he has to manage that nicely. It's locking onto the Archer Queen, so better be careful.
He did have the Expo and the multi-Archer Tower locked onto that Queen, but not only do they need a defense, it has to be lower than 95%. If he fails and it's 96%, MTFY still win and still move on to our grand final. Watch the single target Inferno. He needs to keep this Queen alive. Elects not to freeze it as it's on a little, I don't know what was down there, but it was on something else, so the Queen's able to power through. The Queen is surging through here, and it's all on the line right now. Flame Flinger's throwing shots on the left.
Flameflinger already getting a lot of value, picking the side where the Royal Champ is located because she has a little bit of a smaller range. But now we have... Oh, he did not pay attention, which means the Flameflinger is opening up. That Queen is locked into the Client Castle, but now it's all about the timing with that invisibility tower. That could mess up things quite badly for him.
He did not maybe get enough value, but he did take down the Royal Champion there with that Flameflinger, so that was really, really nice. But the main thing is that Scattershot Poison Tower did stand, and as he makes his way to the back end of that base, it's going to be very, very tough to take down into.
Ooh, the Invis Tower is triggering. The Queen is running behind the Town Hall. There is the Invis. He missed those healers. The Queen still has to get the Town Hall. The Client Castle is the next building, but those Queens and those clones, he's freezing, he's raging. The Town Hall is not going down.
It is looking bad for Shuai. The Town Hall remains. Tribe Gaming may get the defense they need. Everything is on the board. The Town Hall remains. And this could be the critical moment the Tribe was looking for. Defeat in Shuai's face. It is going to be a one-star defense. And Tribe look to move on to our grand final.
What an incredible finish! The Town Hall, the invisibility spell, he did not pay attention to that. He was concentrating on the Lado. The Lado did not get the value. And this has not only cost him this attack, this might have cost him the match, the final appearance, everything.
I think this did. I don't think there's any question. Tribe now only need 2 more stars to win this war. It is a low percentage, 81%. The invisibility tower, you called it perfectly into. He was trying to protect those healers, but the Queen stepped up, and it was too much to overcome. Shuai had such an impressive run. MTFY were looking so good, but Tribe finally get the defense they need.
What an incredible turn of events. Really making the last attack now matters. Incredible.
Look at this
for
moment.
Tribe. But take a look at really the Invis spell, trying to turn everything invisible, but missing those healers. And with that, the healers are going to be taken care of. There is no recovery option for the Archer Queen, and that was really the turning point for this attack.
Wow. That's all I can say. It's wow, wow, wow. What a turn of events. I thought Shuai was feeling really good. It looked really good until that Invis tower went up, and we saw Tribe use tons and tons of Invis towers, and it finally pays off. Maybe they saw something in their scouting that they were vulnerable to that exact moment, and it pays off for Tribe. Now, Yo-Yo can step up and secure them into the grand final.
Yes, and he has to make sure that this attack is as safe as possible. Yes, they don't need that 3-star, but still, you want to get that needed percentage, percentage and stars to really make sure that you are going to be as safe as possible in this position. And I feel like for them as well, the nerves are going crazy.
But at the same time, Yo-Yo's been here. Yo-Yo, a former world champion. There is a reason that Yo-Yo 23 is in this 5th spot. Yo-Yo, can you get your team to the grand final? Your moment is right now.
And he is one of the only players out there who has the option of becoming twice the world champion. And this would be something first ever in the Clash history. Can he deliver now in this attack? He's going in with the lightnings, with the earthquake, and as well with the giant arrow, something which we have seen already earlier today. There goes the lightnings, and he's taking down that Inferno Tower he was aiming for. Damaging already that defending Archer Queen. The King is diving into this bottom compartment, trying to take damage away off that Archer Queen, but those Tesla are delaying the Queen quite a bit, and there is so many skeleton traps.
He did a great job there with one Valkyrie to take out some of those skeletons so the Queen can focus, keep an eye on this Ricochet cannon. It does take down the Unicorn. King's Spiky Ball goes off. He's going to circle back, take down the Archer Queen. This charge is looking great. The Giant Arrow was beautiful. Now we have super minions outside of the Clan Castle. We do see a huge variety of defensive units here for MTFY, but Yo-Yo needs a 2-star 86% to secure the victory.
And we have seen it earlier, the defending Clan Castle troops, if you don't manage to take them out, they can be a really big problem later on. The super minions, they have survived. So if you don't have a plan for them,
circles back.
That would be really bad. But the Queen, as you said, is circling back. So he might be able to take them out. That would be massive for him.
Town Hall falls, that's the second star. Now he just needs a few more buildings into, and Tribe Gaming look for the improbable comeback. It looks so dire for Tribe, but this crowd went insane when MTFY missed. There's so many buildings up top. If he gets the Eagle Artillery, there's going to be nothing to stop this from becoming the victory that Tribe needs. Balloons are surging, you hear the crowd ramping up, and the crowd's going to go crazy as Tribe Gaming will be our second grand finalist at Superfest 2024.
The Red Mines still took down the balloon, so the 3-star is off the table, but they did not need it. They played it as safe as possible with the approach. The balloon for the tunnel is such a safe approach in general for those Lalo attacks, and with the Warden Eternal Tome ability, the Town Hall is nearly always going down. The super minions were a little bit of a problem, but in the end, I think they're completely happy with this attack. He would not care whatsoever if this would be a 3-star or not, because it means they're going to the finals.
Yes, great adjustment, great game plan. Lalo, even if he doesn't get the 3 stars, always going to be a high percentage attack, and the crowd is going insane. And here as we have our second grand finalist, we heard Synchronic talking about it. They wanted a German final, and they get just that.
That's right. They wanted to have Tribe Gaming in the finals. They wanted to face them in the finals. And I think it's going to be a lot of energy, not only on the stage, but as well in the crowd. The Tribe fans, the Synchronic fans, they were so loud. But the interesting story as well is they were joining up. They're sitting in the same place. So I think that will be really interesting, sitting next to each other, because